Yo, what's going on, guys? Well, if you're back with another video, this is going to be a team fight tactics video. As most of you know, the set 9 is going to be releasing June 14th, which is in 2 days from today. We're at the end of the 12th, so we really have about a day. This article was released right at midnight, but I wanted to go over it because I was watching Mort Dog the other day, and he pretty much went into detail about third-party sites for teamfight tactics and how it's pretty toxic for the game. And I just wanted to kind of touch base and get into that. So basically, I'm going to scroll down and kind of see what he said and see if I can quote it here. Okay. He says, with the release of Runeterra Reforged, third-party sites will not be allowed to share any data around the performance of individual legends, and in a month, third-party sites will no longer be able to expose the performance data of specific augments. It's not about removing ways to learn, and in fact, we think stats have actually done a harm to being able to learn. It's about creating more subjective reality so that people can talk about it and people can have a conversation. That's the big thing here, and I think it's going to be healthy in the long term. And basically, what he was getting into in his description and what he was explaining was that he felt like it's very toxic to the TNT environment for us to only go with one build because it might be, maybe 0.02% better, where, say, with the current set, building Warwick is on average 4th place, and building maybe Echo is an average of 4.2, and people saying that Echo is trash because why wouldn't you just build Warwick? And he thinks that is just toxic for the game. And if you look in this little screenshot here, it's like showing the augments and their win rates and their average placement here and how often they're played. Where, Prankster Crown coming 4th but only having 3.1k played, a lot of people look at this number and they're like, okay, so Prankster Crown is better than Laser Core Souls. And that's just not the case, because he feels that this is more subjective, and if you look at data like that, it could be skewed with an outlier, where someone might have gone first place with Prankster Crown 5 times in a row, but the only reason they got first was because they were playing with friends and they were kind of like boosted. So it's kind of toxic to the league environment. So basically what they're going to be doing is they're going to be removing the ability to kind of scrape that data on the API and be released. And you're going to be banned pretty much for using these third-party sites. Now, what they did say was they're not banning guides. So if you guys continue watching, I'll make a YouTube video on the current set. And I say, okay, well, building Garen is going to be the best build because of this, this, and this. Because that is my subjective opinion, it is an acceptable video for me to make, and that won't get me banned. Because someone in the comments could easily say, well, we don't think Garen's better because yada, yada, yada. Now, he did go into detail about how if it's not the right move and they see a lot of like backlash from it, they can undo it. They're not too stubborn to refuse to undo it, but they think it's just going to be the healthier outplay, I guess. Like, it's going to be the overall better choice to go with doing this, because if you guys remember in the first season or 2 or 3 of TFT, there was no third-party sites, and if you wanted to kind of look up a guide, you just maybe typed into YouTube like TFT guide, blah, 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 and then they would kind of go into.
Going to be able to get into the game if there's no way to learn. And I want to separate tier list of like, hey, these are the good comps, these are the bad comps, or whatever. Same thing with augments.